My name is Egedokun Olawale Peter. I'm going to be teaching you on basic tech today and basic technology, and I'll be taking the GSS2 class. Today we'll be considering the topic first aid. Now, and these are the things that we'll be actually checking in these topics. Now, the first thing is that we'll actually state the definition of first aid. Then we'll list and identify the contents of a first aid box. So that means the first thing is that we'll identify what a first aid box is, and then we'll list out the contents that are inside it, and then we'll be able to identify them also. Then also we'll learn about how to apply first aid measures to some simple ailments. Then finally we'll talk about the ABC of first aid. Let me come over those things again. The first one, I said I will define first aid. That means we'll explain what first aid is. Then we'll list and identify the content of a first aid box. The third thing is that we'll look at how we apply first aid measures. The last thing is that we explain the ABC of first aid. Okay, let's start. The first thing is, before I give you the definition of first aid, let us look around us. Do you have hospitals around you? Then if you do, then that means you're kind of lucky. But just think of a situation where there are no hospitals around you. Maybe you're at your mom's place of work, or you're at school and there's no hospital around you, and someone falls victim of an accident. The person falls down from a tree or falls down from the swing when he's playing. There will be a need for someone to be able to attend to the person before the medical personnel are on site. So in that case, that's when you need what we call first aid. Now, so what do you think first aid means like that? That means it's the first aid the person is going to get before the medical personnel will be available. So what's now the definition of first aid? First aid is defined as the emergency or immediate medical treatment given to an injured or sick person before taking the person to the hospital. Let me come over that again. It is the emergency or immediate medical treatment given to an injured or sick person before taking the person to the hospital. So now there are some keywords there that you have to familiarize yourself with. The first one is emergency or immediate. That means that thing is needed at that time. You can't waste time. So it's actually something that you need at that time. Then the second thing is medical treatment. Now, definitely that's not the hospital. So you're not given the same medical treatment they will give in the hospital. But this should be to help the person to be okay, or to sustain the person's life till the medical personnel are around. Then it is actually applied to an injured person or a sick person. So that means another keyword is sick and injured. The person that is injured, the person that is sick, that's who you apply it to, and then you take the person to the hospital. Now, so let me come over the definition again one more time. First aid is the emergency or immediate medical treatment given to an injured person or a sick person before taking the person to the hospital. So you now know what first aid means. Now, who can actually apply this first aid or administer this first aid? It's anyone that has the knowledge of how to do so. And that's why we are taking this topic, so that you can have basic knowledge too. You can be able to recognize the contents of first aid box, and then the first aid box itself. Then you can be able to apply those contents on injured people or a sick person around you. Okay, let's continue. So that means you can apply it to, once you have that knowledge, once you know how to use the content of the first aid box, then you can do the same thing too. Then let's go on. Then we now have on your screen right now, you see two pictures kind of, and they will show you how to recognize a first aid box. Now, the first sign is actually the sign that you see on the first aid box. Now, the second sign shows you how you see it on the first aid box. So that means you have a first aid box, and once you see that sign on any box, you know that inside that box will be content that you can use to save a person's life. So that means you can have access to the drugs and the other equipment that you might need to save the person's life. Now, let's go on. So that means a first aid box contains those kind of contents. Let's continue. So the first content of first aid box I will be talking to you about is bandages. Now,